The
No, I haven't.
the
Oh, me
thing
neither.
is that I am doing a booklet on Edgar Allan Poe
Uh-huh.
for one of my secondary schools. I have a temp I have a I mean I took one of the templates and I adapted it. But I love the template, it's great, but the index has to be I mean I have to do it all over again. So I need to type everything, but
It
I
doesn't
did
update automatically.
no, it doesn't. So I say,
Okay.
well, page one, biography, page three, exercises, page four.
That's
I say,
great.
there must be another way making this faster, but I haven't been able to find it.
Oh,
So
maybe
well,
if all the information is, I don't know, I'm thinking because I haven't tried it. If all the information is already there in the booklet, in the Canva booklet, maybe
yes.
asking the AI assistant to create
To
the
check.
index based on the headlines or the titles that it
Ah,
has
Yes,
in the
probably.
booklet.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe
okay. Well,
you
I
can
will
try
try
and then
because I
you
have
let
to.
us know because as I
I
haven't
have to
used it.
finish this. Okay, I have to finish this by Tuesday. I don't know if I
Uy,
will be able to.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I started like 3 days ago, but
It's
well,
taking
well,
time.
I'll try and I tell you, because some
Yes.
of I mean Canva has some great things, but some others are not so. And the template that it has are very nice, but sometimes the text does not adjust. I mean,
Automatically. Yeah.
automatically, yeah. So you need to, I don't know. But well, I wanted to do it that way because I think is the fastest to create a book. I mean, because it's creating a booklet from scratch.
Oh,
So
yes.
well,
And then you are going to download the booklet and share it as PDF or PowerPoint
yes,
or online.
yeah, no, no, no. But we do both. At schools,
Okay.
we have a screen, so if some students don't have it, but then
Mhm.
we send it to. I mean, we create it and then we send it to the photocopy shop, and they run copies.
Ah, okay. They get it from there.
No, so we
Because
lose all
I
the colors and all the beautiful things, but some students print them.
huh?
Some of them they have printers at home and they print them, and
That's
they don't
interesting.
lose the colors and all that. But
I
some
remember.
others,
I've used Canva for creating booklets, but
uh,
I don't remember. Yes, I typed the index myself. What I found later was inserting page numbers,
Uh-huh.
and
uh,
so that is useful. I don't remember where it is, but it's something on the left.
okay,
You can insert the page numbers, and we
uh,
also inserted the links to audio. So that is also
ah,
interesting. Yes, you just you create a hyperlink, but I haven't used it with AI. So I used Canva as it is,
Yeah, traditional.
but not with
okay.
AI.
Well, I will do something connected with that because we have some links to videos and all that. I would
Yes.
have been able to find. Oh, thank you,
And
Isa.
that then if you share it if you share it in classroom, then
When
the,
you
the the
click,
students, when you click, yes, you need to have it in a shared drive so that the
yeah,
students
yeah,
can
yes, yes,
access,
yeah,
or you
yeah.
put it available to anyone.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Exactly.
Hi, Belen.
Hi, Belu.
Hello, good
Morning.
morning.
Oh,
I'll be here for 10 minutes. Sorry, I just
Oh,
wanted to say
okay.
hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you. And another one I have used, I'm looking for it here. It's Book Creator. I remember that at that moment,
ah,
I used Google, my Google account, but now I am recording the meeting, so I don't know if I will stop sharing. So, and it's Book Creator. Book Creator is the website. Here you can,
okay.
we are talking about creating books, Belén,
Hmm.
because Marce is creating a book for her students, a booklet. And here you can create online books. You can include audio, you can include videos. The thing is that if they are going to print it, then later it will not
No,
be
it
as
doesn't
dynamic
matter
as.
because no, 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 it doesn't matter because we do both. We want the
Okay.
students to have the material, I mean, because they are first year students, and
Uh-huh.
we want them to get used to paper and writing. Otherwise, they do everything. And then another good thing is that the school, when they enter school, the school takes their cell phones, so they
Ah.
cannot use them during the day. But what we do, as we have we have a TV on the screen on the
Mhm.
we project it whenever we have a video, and they can do this later at home because we upload it into the classroom. So I mean, we kind of like both things. It doesn't matter if later they're going to print it, they keep it there, or they have a QR code to scan or whatever. But I like that. Okay, book creator. Well,
Book
I
creator is a
will.
nice one. At that moment, my students used it. I gave them an account. I created an account for my students, and all of them used the same account. And each team created a different book on different stories that we were reading. So the idea was to create
Ah,
summaries of the stories and give opinions and create activities. So they included everything into these booklets, and then we shared the link, and everybody looked at the others' booklets. So
I
that
love
was an
those things.
interesting experience,
Okay, thank you. Thank
and it's for free.
you. Okay, thank you for all these useful tips
Oh,
that
you're
help us.
welcome.
That
So
help.
I don't remember
Yeah,
if you can download them, and now I cannot open it on the phone. But
don't
well,
worry.
online
I
they
will
work perfectly.
perfectly. No, don't worry. I will try. I will try and see. But the thing is that sometimes I used to. I mean, I used some things that are not available now. So I say, well,
Ah,
how can I do this? Well, the other day I was reading about Flip and all that. That it's not. I used Flip a lot,
it's not working now. But
and it's not
I don't know what
working.
is happening.
Well,
The other day
but
when Mechi from the BC was asking about
yeah,
that and all of
yes.
that, I said, okay, there was Flipgrid that I stopped using it. I don't remember why I stopped using it. And when I tried it, I couldn't find my account. And then I tried
Uh,
Flip, and something strange appeared on the screen. So I say, okay, no Flip. So
Mm.
I don't know what is going on with that one. It was so bad because it was such a useful tool for collaborative things, for communication, for networking. That is what Mechi wanted. So it's so sad it's working.
okay. Well,
Right. Great, Marce. So you're trying there, you are exploring tools.
yes, definitely.
Has anyone
Hello,
used AI
everybody.
assistant? Hi, Ceci. Have you
How are
used
you?
AI
Nice to see
assistant
you.
for Canva?
For
Yes.
no.
Wait, we
Ceci is
lost Ceci,
frozen.
right?
Yes.
Yes, she's frozen.
But
Oh,
Uh,
yes, but I think hello, hello.
yes.
there you are.
Hi. I just hope that when I freeze, I'm not like this, but
No,
well,
no, you
you
were
never
okay.
know. Canva, yes, I think I told you that not lately, really, but before. I hope now it's better. I will try. I wanted a picture of myself, a drawing, like a bulbous nose, big nose. And the AI considered it politically correct because it never gave me my nose. I
Yes,
want
you
my
told
nose.
us.
I don't care. I told you. I haven't gotten in since then. Have you?
Uh,
No, I haven't
No, I
tried.
haven't really.
Mm-mm.
No, not
I
yet.
yeah, I have I did I sorry I think I've told you, but I have a Notion account. Notion is free and it's fantastic. I don't know how many of you are using Notion. Notion is a content management system that allows you to
okay.
carry out your projects in any way you want. You have a lot of templates for free and paid for anything you want. And there is an assistant. You can try it, you can give 5 prompts for free, but then you have to pay. And I started paying. I called it Siegfried because I to name things, even my car. My car is Upa. So, so Siegfried helped me a lot with a lot of things, really very good. But now I know that there's Claude and there are many others. But you know what? The point is that I have trained ChatGPT so much with my things. I have created agents. I have created an agent for job interviews, an agent for me. For example, I say
Oh,
Oh, you're
I
frozen.
configured it so that it could help me with the oh let's see again now. Oh,
Now we can listen to you, but your
You
English
come
is
and
perfect.
let's
go.
see now.
Maybe, Ceci, if you
Hi.
turn off your camera.
yeah.
Maybe yes, I will turn off my camera. Okay. My gestures are gone then, but well.
Yes, we
Um,
missed that, but maybe
um,
it won't cut so much your voice.
no, of course. No, basically just
Oh, what is the why is probably is the
ChatGPT so much in what I it's going not going to be convenient because now I ask anything and I told him whatever I asked I want you to give me because I love the traffic light red yellow and of course we have to validate everything that our agents say or assistants but
Oh, no,
pity?
we can't hear you, Ceci.
What a
but
pity.
it's configured
Yes.
so that turning or whatever and table tennis if you want fronton. Okay, I don't know. I know what I will do. I will open in a ventana incognito. In that
Okay.
Okay,
way, I'm sure I will come back and then I tell you.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing anyway.
Yeah,
I have
Right.
never done that. This thing she says about creating, an agent inside an AI
No,
and so that I know that it's
but
a
is it
good
a fail?
idea if you
But is it
use
a
it a lot.
fail?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it has this advantage that you are like curating the AI, like
Yes.
adapting it to you. Um, in the meantime, we are using the normal AI, and we are training the AI too, but it's not adapting itself so much to ourselves.
Yes.
So that's why we need to ask so many details sometimes when we ask for something.
For
With
what I
Gemini,
do,
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
no, for what I do, Gemini is, I was going to say that Gemini is much better than ChatGPT.
Mm.
But I think it depends. I have been told, I don't know if this is true, that the Google account that we have for the from the government does not share your I mean it doesn't share it doesn't feed on the internet because we have a BOE account using the
Hmm.
Gemini, and they told us at the Ministry here of Education that Gemini has all the documents, all the education documents like loaded. I don't know if that is true or not. So whenever you need to ask for something, they have, like, they know because they have these these documents loaded. I don't know if that is
I
how
have
much of
no
that is
idea.
true, but whenever I ask something connected to education in the city of Buenos Aires, it kind of give me, right things. Because if they say this is for secondary school students, for second year secondary school students in the city of Buenos Aires, and they give me something connected to what I am looking for, so I assume that it must be right, but I don't know how truth or how valid that
I
is.
don't know.
No clue.
No
Oh,
clue at all.
you know that,
That's
Anjali.
why I don't use ChatGPT a lot. I try to use Gemini more.
Hmm.
Well, this
Eh,
year I've been using Perplexity a lot because I
Well,
bought a new cell phone at the beginning of the year, and it came with a 3-month subscription to the paid version of Perplexity.
Oh, no, never heard
So,
Perplexity.
so I said, okay, let's use it.
For academic purposes, they say it's better, no? How do you find it, Belen?
It was, I always liked the free version. I always talked a lot about it because it tells you all the process. Yes, you can see it. You have all these different screens in which you can see all the process the AI made to come to the final. You have all the places where it went to get the information. So I always liked that. The paid version, of course, has more access to the internet, yes, than the other version. And it also creates, you have the possibility of creating, I don't know, files from from the result, let's say. So for example, I asked it to create a text based on some information and then a worksheet for my students at school. And it created the worksheet in a PDF file and I have downloaded it and that was it, which was fantastic because I had to work about the 1st of May with my students. And it was very hard to find, text that adapted to the level of secondary school students.
Yes.
And that it included the origins, the reason why, and something about since when and why and how we celebrate it, let's say, in Argentina. So I managed to have a text that was accessible for them, that had all the information, and a worksheet that was fantastic.
That's wow.
Fantastic.
I know that the processes now, by law, all AIs have to show the processes. What used to happen in the black box, now it has to happen up there.
Yes.
But evidently, by what you say, probably Perplexity is sharing more information,
yes, and
no?
The thing is that they have done it since the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what made the difference at the beginning, that the other ones kept the black box in the black box, and they always showed you what they were doing and where they were getting the information from, which always made it much easier to fact check.
Yes, because you always have to. Well, maybe now I can explain. My connection is more stable. This is a good tip, when you have too many tabs open or whatever, a lot of cache memory, go to an incognito window, and that seems to work. Knock on wood. No, basically, it's like ChatGPT allows me to, because I have configured whatever I ask, that's the issue. I ask about a diet for me, and it makes the equivalent to the spider web, red, green, yellow traffic light. So I say, no, the spider is not on a diet. But well, that's a little adjustment. So that's for that. I pay because I might have sensitive materials, so I prefer to pay. And well, then I use many others, but I wanted to tell you, and Cynthia, since you're presenting at the BSIG conference, this topic is which we are searching for information, and we are all the world is trying to see what's the human side of this launch. Exactly. And I wanted also to present this topic that I want to share at the Business English conference, but my students did not. I had a student traveling to Google Cloud Next. I had to help her train or whatever and prepare her for an interview, another one for a presentation. Impossible. So I'm glad that you're dealing with that topic because it's so useful. So whatever I get if I get information that you consider valuable, I can share. What was I planning to do and what am I going to do, but late. It was not enough for the abstract. I have students from, like you, many companies, whatever. One is the rector of a university, the president of a university, Austral. The other one is human resources senior director of culture and people and culture in Mercado Libre. And the other one is the senior regional director of PepsiCo. They are all worried about AI. We know all the world, but they have key roles and they have to decide how to implement it and how to complement. This guy from Australia had to travel to, traveled to India, to Singapore to see what they are doing, what he could bring from there, how they are approaching the task, what is happening, because he told me that there are many there are many dropouts in technological careers in the last years of the course of studies. Can you believe it? Fourth year and they drop out. And well, so basically, I wanted to have a debate. I'm going to have because they all said yes, and we're going to. And then in PepsiCo and Mercado Libre, they are dealing with how they are using agents. For example, Mercado Libre moved from using 250 agents to just 4, and now they are going to have only one super agent. They are using technology of their own, and they are integrating it into Google Chat, because that's a pervasive tool and they are using their own technology because Google doesn't provide it, and they are calling it Maxwell. Maxwell Smart, the super agent. I don't know where we're heading for. It's creepy sometimes, but well, I don't know. I'm going to have this meeting. They have to design human resources manuals with the role of AI integrated to see.
Yes.
Yes, because each assistant, each employee has an assistant. They are training an assistant, and my students say, Ceci, I'm training the assistant that is going to replace me.
I know,
No?
Michael.
It's a shock. Well, I'm going to have a debate. Now they are all here in Buenos Aires, and I will see how to organize it. And then I was planning to share this in some other event, but Cynthia, if I find some key interesting things or whatever, I'll let you know.
Yes,
Maybe
please.
you
Thank
can
you. That
use.
would be so
Yes.
helpful. Yes.
Because it's important that we are all aware of this. I think it's a very important topic. The human side, do we have to be optimistic, pessimistic? Because I remember that Alejandra Jorge, and I love her. I mean, we used to, we were co-directors at the Lengua, so I worked with her a lot, and she's fantastic. And she president of the Asociación Argentina de, bueno, a genius. And I remember that last year she came from an international conference and she said, no, in this conference, they said that they are going to replace translators in 10 years, whatever. It's happening today. 10 years for AI is 10 weeks, you know?
Yes.
So
And now
really,
there, in the translation area, there is an issue because they are trying to find ways to make translations made by AI legal. That was our only faith. That as we
That was
legal
the
translation,
the
short
only
translation,
thing left.
exactly, that was the value that we had. And now, if they
oh,
make translations made by AI legal, we
no.
are losing floor again.
Yes.
So I don't.
I would like to share something, since we're talking about this, and now Cynthia, you have mentioned the question of when I have mentioned translation, and we can.
Mhm,
There's a woman in LinkedIn. She participated, she's a researcher, and she wrote, she gave a talk.
mhm,
I will look for her and share it with you. She gave a talk at Congress or whatever, I think it was, and she posted something very interesting on LinkedIn. She said, she's a literary translator, no? She says, AI is devoid of feelings, of emotions. It can fake, but there are many other degrees that it cannot transmit today. And well,
mhm.
she presented it so nicely that I don't dare transcribe or whatever what she said. I'm going to look for the post because for example, for Mercado Libre, I used to help students organize their ideas in a storyline and write articles for technical magazines, for Medium. Their technical, well, their developments have to go to a technical management magazine. And I helped them to do that for 5-6 years. And all of a sudden I was swept out because AI was there, no? And I see that the articles are like all the same now, practically, you see? It's like there's no special metaphor or central metaphor and this woman explained it so well. I don't mean to say that that cannot change. It will probably change. They will improve it, but this question
No,
of
it's a great
what
point. Yes.
what is the human being doing these days is crucial.
Well, and
That's
Now,
there is
mm,
another thing. I remembered something when you were talking about this thing that they are using it for human resources for everything. I remember reading an article recently that said that they tested, for example, AIs for reading curriculums and
yeah.
CVs, yes,
for
for
filtering,
new
yes, for
yes, for
filtering.
new employees, and they realized that the AI gave more importance to the to the CVs that had been created with the same AI. They recognized
Oh,
the CVs that had been created with the same AI and gave
Wow.
priority to those. It was a matter of format, not a matter of content, you know? So, and they tested many AIs and they all did the same systematically.
mm.
So
Biased against humans.
that's
Yeah.
Human work. They are
right.
biased against human work. Well,
So
in
that
fact,
is quite complicated, and I'm thinking about the ethical side of this too, right? If we give
ah,
AI this power, uh, what comes next? But well,
yeah.
I'm dropping the bomb and I need to go. So
Oh,
Well,
they
you
mine is
are.
discuss
totally
it and then you let me know. Sorry.
Thank you, Belen. No,
Bye
this is
bye.
have a nice weekend. What I
Bye,
was
Bel.
reading some days ago, but I didn't read the complete article, is another thing that is changing, that is the vocabulary people are using. Because they say AI uses a lot of specific words, but no problem what prompt you give it, they are going to use certain words always. And they say that, for example, a lot of people are using the word ahondar because AI creates things, creates text using the words ahondar. So ahondar is being used more than
Oh.
it used to because of the AI creations.
It's like when you wanted your website to appear first in Google search.
Yes.
No, you use certain keywords. Now we have to look for keywords AIs are using.
Something like that,
Mm.
exactly. So it's like,
Interesting.
yes, because it's also changing the way people speak in some way for those who use it a lot, of course. So
Yes,
many
well,
things.
like in the end of the essays, I don't remember where was it. On balance. On balance, at the end of all essays, you have that. So I just look for it's when the conclusion says on balance. So this is AI. That is
Ah,
easy to detect. It's a word that ChatGPT prefers for essay writing.
Look at that.
so interesting. Well, maybe
I
this is
am
something
looking.
useful to take to your lessons and I don't know, brainstorm what other phrases could be used or how this could be changed. And there is this topic too that some teachers are not allowing students to use AI, but they are using AI to correct the students' work. So I was reading a bit about this too. It's so interesting. There are so many things that we don't know yet how to manage, and well, we have
Yeah.
to contract.
Well, I will look for this article. It's not an article. I said that I just posted that it would be interesting to read an article when she actually did produce it. And I just liked her post because her post is so revealing
Yeah.
about AI and at least in writing. Well, I will keep looking, searching.
Interpreters are also suffering a lot. Interpreters who
Yeah,
used to have a lot of work, a lot, are not getting much.
yeah.
Mm.
Yes, yes,
One of
yes.
one of my students bought a device that was some kind of earpod, something like that, that translated at the moment, according to what he saw on the advertisement. But he said that when he bought it, it was really uncomfortable because there were some seconds of delay, and so he got distracted by that delay, and it was difficult in real time communication. But now what he does is to use he has an app that is a translator also, and he puts it next to his computer, next to his things, and he's communicating through that. For me, it's a bit uncomfortable because I would feel uncomfortable, like waiting for the translation and not paying attention to the people. So now he's using English to be sure, but when he's not sure, he does that. And this is going to be a problem. If they continue developing these kind of devices, this will be a problem.
Oh, yes,
Well,
they
I
have
have a
these
student.
earplugs, no?
I have a student who traveled to China, and when he got there, um, it was in Shenzhen, where they were all Chinese or
Okay.
Koreans, right? And he couldn't. His phone didn't work. It
Ooh,
wouldn't work because it is completely different. So
yeah.
he said, um, well, he had like a DD because they use DD there. And he said that he had DD in his cell phone, but it's a DD. It detects the VPN from Argentina, so it was in Spanish. So he couldn't well, as he's into technology, he was able to change. It took him like half an hour, and eventually he was able to install the one in Chinese and ask in Spanish what he wanted. And so he was able to ask for a cab to pick him up or Uber or something like that. And he was able to reach the hotel. But imagine somebody, so he had no problem to communicate. And he said that in China, for example, there is nobody speaking English at all. Nobody
That's true.
in this city, Shenzhen. And so he said that even the women or the receptionists at a hotel, so they would just ask you the question and then put the telephone so that you could uh, read what she was saying and she could answer.
Yeah.
So
The question is, we have to go layers up, no? We were thinking about people losing jobs. Now we think about professions disappearing or being integrated or whatever. And next level is like industries. What's going to happen with the different industries? So it's like a big debate. I'm curious to listen to these people interacting together. I'm going to have a meeting with the three of them and see what happens. I have found the article. Shall I share it? It's not an article.
Yes,
It's
of
just a
course.
post on LinkedIn, but the glove fits. So I'll share a screen, right, Cynthia? Is it okay?
Yeah, yes. Let me know
It's
if
very
you don't have
short,
to. Yeah.
very short, but it makes us think, you know.
Oh, yes. We have to be ready for all of that.
Yes. Can you see? No, I'm not sharing.
Not
no,
yet.
not
No.
yet.
Now yes.
Yes, here it goes.
It was in Spanish, but I translated it to English. She said, I have 10 minutes at the Buenos Aires Book Fair to give an overview from my position as a literary translator and translator trainer on the impact of AI on the publishing industry. Lovely. What's going on? How do we live it? What are the effects? Is there a plan? 10 minutes she has. Because this was for the 5th book fair. This is very recent, you see.
She was speaking.
The AI en la industria editorial, desafíos éticos, acuerdos colectivos. We are talking about this, no?
Exactly.
Okay, and look what she says. For days, while I climb stairs, while I shower, drive, wash dishes, fold clothes, run, I think about what am I going to say, and also in how I'm going to say it so that the message gets across and so I don't have to listen again. He's afraid of losing his job.
Oh,
He takes care of his little farm. He doesn't see it. Poor boomer. No? It's not just about work and quintitas. It's not only about me. It's much deeper than that. It's about the cultural production of entire generations that is beginning to lose body, flavor, entity. AI is destroying the human singularity. Flatten, regulate, simplify, erase, rewrite with biases. Literary text is an expressive text. It is supposed to generate aesthetic, emotional, and perceptual effects from humans to humans. Where does AI stand in all this? That is the issue. Nowhere. That's what she says. We can debate. the literary text loses its raison d'être, no sé, when it's detached from life experience. AI does not feel, it does not get excited, it does not excite. Nor does it excite. How do we read an expressive text knowing that there is no one on the other side? Shall we read it? And if we read it, is it worth it? What does an expressive text born of inexpression express? I keep thinking. I only have 10 minutes, she said.
I have something to say about this.
Yeah.
My daughter is an architect, and so she was asked by different clients to design something, and she designed it and showed them her design, and then she showed the same design with AI. And different clients from different sources, different fields said the same. I like your version, not the AI. And if you look
Wow.
at the AIs, it's more colorful, like looks more precise or more, I would say, ornamental.
Oh, it gives
With
you a
all
lot
the
of plans
surroundings.
always and a lot of things.
Uh,
Yeah.
so it has to do with this, right?
We are not going against AI, no? But the truth is
Mm.
that it's a text born from inexpression. I want to listen to what a human has to say. So if you're human communicating with humans, fine. If I'm learning something and I get information from AI, it's okay. But I understand the point of this woman. She's in literature is from human experience to human experience. So it's like it makes you think.
Most of my students, maybe because of I'm no longer in my 20s or 30s, but maybe many times we discuss an issue or whatever, they always come up with the same question. And what is your opinion? What do you think of this?
Right.
Um, and they want to know, right?
Yes.
So, what is your experience? Because we debate a lot. So, well, that's an issue. Mm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I shared the post and the name of the
Yes, here
woman
it
if you
is.
want to follow. Cecilia de
This
la
is so
Vega.
interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't know, to think, no?
Yes,
Mm.
no, that's true.
It's-
Uh, Maybe it's something also to take the debate to, I'm not working with secondary school students or schools, but maybe it's something interesting to take to schools to talk about that, to see what is their perception, how they feel when they
But
read.
uh-huh. But now that you say that, take into schools, maybe we should go back and read, now that you say so, something about Sweden. Now that they are returning to textbooks,
We
why
return
not?
to
What is
textbooks,
we should
yes.
we should concentrate on that because they are always more advanced in education than we are. No?
oh,
What has happened? I don't know how to get into that information to read. I could read about that, but if you suggest a play, quotes, article. I
well,
think that is,
I've read about writing, and we know that writing by hand
hmm,
activates parts of the brain and makes connections across neurons that are not activated when you type on a
mhm.
keyboard, definitely. And 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 the process of writing, even if, for example, I like to write and copy everything. I write, and I study, and I need a page, and I need to write, and I realize, because I also meta, we are all teachers, meta linguistic, meta learning, everything is meta. So I see what my brain is doing, and I realize that I'm not, even if I'm even copying from the text, or the text, or copying literally. Sometimes I make drawings. Uh, a ver, these things, I like to draw, to color. These are courses I did, visual thinking, whatever, lots of things, no? But I like to, sometimes I copy textually what they are saying. I say, what's the point? But I realize that my brain starts making the connections to the things that I have, my projects.
Yes.
So while I write, I may be copying exactly the same, but I am thinking, oh, I can use this for spiderweb, I can use this for that, and this would be nice for my student. Juan said about this maybe. So it's like there are parallel processes that we're not so aware of, you know?
Mhm.
It's very interesting, really. And when I finish the unit, I have it goes shaping my reality, you know, changing my reality, and it's applicable because I process it differently. I think it's interesting.
Yes,
Not
the
me,
point there.
it happens to everybody. Like if you give yourself
Exactly.
time, you will see.
Yes, the process of meaningful learning. You're learning something that is related to something else that you already have. So I think that maybe it's because of that. And related to this of taking time to write, yesterday I had a student and she's taking her first lessons. She started, I don't know, at the end of last month. And okay, I told her to take some time to copy some things. And she said, oh, sorry. Oh, I am taking some time. Oh, sorry. And I said, take your time. You need to write this. You need to have your material on a piece of paper. And he said, but I feel I'm making you waste time. Relax. This is not Instagram, I told her. So I could
Yes.
feel this for the first time, like she was suffering. She was taking time to write. So she's a beginner, so she's going to take more time because she has to make the relation between the letters, pronunciation, all of that. So it's taking more time to her. But she felt
Yeah,
like so
that's
sorry she
excellent.
was taking time, and I said, relax. We need this time. This is part of the process of learning.
Yeah. We have to try and bring some balance into education, no? Like no extremes. Extremes are not good in anything, as I always say, no?
Exactly.
Nature is full of, I mean, when you go to an extreme, when nature goes to an extreme, then it tries to balance, even in, I don't know, all kinds of movements, no? You go to one extreme, then you go to another, because there is this tendency for balance, not always
I
achieved.
was I was just thinking of, for example, when the Industrial Revolution happens, right? Um, because the question here is AI will replace jobs, fields, companies. What will, and it says, well, you will have more time for you, for yourself. What will be the extra time for? Um, what what will what will be the need in the future, right? To do what? We still don't know. So I was trying to think of the Industrial Revolution when it came. People were working in the field, and all of a sudden this happened. And what happened to them? They had to move into the city. Their
Mm.
jobs changed. They had to get trained into something new. And maybe I guess some towns or villages disappeared because most of the young people move into cities. So something like this should happen, no? Like we should, like masses, move into what? An artificial world? What
Mhm.
will be what will we be leaving behind? Will we have more extra time for what? Oh, I was just thinking. And in so and then as I said, interpreters are having less work, and one of them that she was an interpreter for Maxima Soviet in the past and famous tennis players, Nadal and so on. um she was telling me that she's doing something with food, because people will always eat food. So what are the things that maybe we can do that people will still need?
So you're thinking of a job change, maybe.
Yeah.
I
No, no,
know.
no, not personal, but maybe
In general, in the world. Okay.
In
in the
general.
world.
Well,
In
Alvin Toffler in Previous and Premises, and he said that we would become prosumers, no? Producers and
Mhm.
could
consumers on the
be
one hand. Prosumers. He coined the word 1980s. In the 1980s, Alvin Toffler, Previous and
consumers and
Premises.
sorry, I didn't
No,
consumers.
prosumers.
Prosumers.
Producers
Prosumers.
producers and consumers. And so we would produce many of the things that we need, be it through food, or also he foresaw in a way where this was heading, and he talked about in the future there would be, because then many years later he kept on adding things like, for example, 3D printers. Maybe you have a 3D printer at home, you need a cup, and you print it, and that's it. I don't think it's getting that. I mean, it might be, but the idea of producing and consuming what you want. On the other hand, many people are saying that we will have more free time. All these gurus that want to sell us AI, we don't know what to do with our free time.
Oh, yes.
Many people don't know what to do. And in fact, if you remember the wall,
That's
empty
true.
spaces, when we have a space, we fill it with, we will consume more, because that's what they want. They want us to have free time and
Yes,
consume,
but
but
for consumption,
we
you
need
need
money.
money.
We need money,
Mm.
the purchasing power.
And for
But
hobbies, you
empty,
need money.
empty spaces, you know the song, the video in the wall? It's fantastic. Shall we buy a new guitar? Shall we buy a more powerful car? Shall we wait straight through the night? It's better to listen to it, but there's a wall being displayed, and then there are holes in the wall, and they are filled with a car, with a guitar. We don't know what to do with our empty spaces. If we have too much of an empty space, I mean, our psyches has been trained to need more, to do more, to work more, to be useful, utilitarian society, you know? So now that we are useless because they don't need our work, well, when we were going to feel, there are going to be many suicides as well, I don't know. But humans don't know, many humans don't know what to do with their free time. Many. I think that we have to learn, but after centuries of being trained to consume, no?
An interesting point. Yes.
I don't know. It's debate. It's all debate.
I think that the best thing that we can do facing this is communication. So English as a vehicle to communicate. To communicate, but real communication, creating a bond, creating bonds. For example, I felt so happy when I have had some women for kind of 3 years, and in fact, always online. And we because even me, it's not that we have created a community, and it was so nice to visit the factory of one of them, and on this feeling that we are kind of friends in spite of meeting every week just on Zoom. But we created a bond, and that is why, because we we always communicated, debated a lot, showed our different personalities, drawbacks, advantages, and weaknesses, and everything. So I think this is what we have to do.
Definitely. It's remember the Matrix, the movie? Well,
Yes.
Mouse, one of them says, instincts is the very thing that make us human, he says, no? One of the characters, no? We
I
have to
am
keep what
very
makes us human.
human.
Yes, we have to. I found the
No,
empty
no, no,
spaces.
we have to. Everything moves against instinct. As though you have to think over, take your time, don't react. So
Now, one
culture
thing is
is moving
impulse.
in
Yes,
instinct,
now, instinct meaning intuition, instincts,
intuition,
emotion.
Yes.
Okay, here is
Well,
the.
this is something that I considered in the talk I'm going to deliver in the Become.
That was I was going to ask.
Yes,
This
because
this difference, this added value that we can give to our students.
this idea of the we have, for example, what they were just mentioning, the idea of the instinct intuition, there is something that technology cannot do. I have seen in my experience, of course, that is this student, and my talk is based on the experience of a specific student. I asked him for permission to talk about his experience. He was very happy that I was going to talk about him. He allowed me. And so the idea is that he was trying to learn English using AI. He knew that he could write the emails, he could prepare the presentation, but the moment he had to face a meeting, face an on-site presentation, an on-site communication in any context, it was not the same. He didn't feel he was ready. When I am with him in his lesson, I present him a lot of challenges because he has to work with challenges all the time. He is a manager in the sales area of a laboratory for animals. And so all the time he has to be solving challenges, facing challenges, and solving problems at the moment and trying to sell. The only thing he can do that is adapting to the context because they work in a very human way. They do not promote their products online. They do not sell online. Everything they do is face to face, going to the clients' businesses, having meetings in restaurants. So if they have such a human approach, how can they lead that to AI? That way they will not be doing the same. And we have this idea in neuroeducation of neuronas espejos. If you have heard about that, is like understanding what the other person is feeling or trying to say, reading our gestures. So, Ceci, you felt uncomfortable when you turned off the camera. So,
Yeah.
you know that these kind of things are all important, and we cannot read that in a machine. And the questions that we can have, unexpected questions, unexpected reactions. So education 4.0 deals a lot with that, with attitudes, with the human side, not only like being human, but all what it means to be human, gestures, culture, expressions, communication, as Alice was saying. So all of this creates a group that has not yet been included in a machine because you only interact with writing, reading, or maybe with your voice. The machine in the voice is always, as we have said, I don't remember, it's always complaciente. Okay, so
Yes.
Pleasant.
Easy, yeah.
exactly, thank you.
Yeah.
It does not work if you want to train in a business where you're always having challenges. Because if it's going to say, oh, that's an interesting question, so that's so good, such a good idea, your client or your provider is not going to tell you that. So there is where we found that the challenge was in the human side. And well, then I will tell you a lot more during
Okay,
the
then it
part.
will
I
be
don't
a
want to spoil it.
surprise. We're going
I
to
don't want
go
to spoil
there.
it. Okay. But there was a real change in this student that at the beginning was a bit reluctant to taking lessons because he said, if I can't do it with AI, why should I take? But he wanted to try anyway. He had the feeling of trying it. And now he's taking sometimes 5 lessons a week. So
Oh, good,
he got
good.
so engaged that he finds it's really useful and he has had some good results that I will tell you later during the talk. So it was all a process that I was doing like taking notes of all of these and the research that accompanied all the process. So it's not just that we are teachers because we use a course book. We need to have all this
No,
knowledge.
I think that is the worst thing that we can do. Use just a course book.
Exactly.
We say also course books have this, they are so
yeah.
clean, no? So
It's good as a
for a
backbone, maybe,
backbone.
especially for
Yeah,
beginners. But for
yeah.
the, I mean, sometimes I feel that I am not a good teacher or professor or
Oh, come
whatever
on.
because I start my lesson with a view in mind, and it always I get always off from where I had planned because I follow what crops up, the
Right,
interests of
right.
what comes up. And this was something that when we were at the professorales, you had a plan, you have to follow it, and I do
Right.
exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
And then something that Ricardo Cavalieri, I always Cavallini says, and I think that he will have work for long because he helps students to feel better. So he
Yeah.
uses
Mhm.
English as a means to help people. But he does a lot of training and all that. But something that caught my attention because since I was very young, I always try to show that I'm positive, energetic, and all that in class. And I said, no, if you are low, don't show it. Normally, I'm not low, but could be, no? But
Mhm.
well, feeling a little bit low. And he said, no, on the contrary, you have to share and you have to use it as a starting point for discussion. So the
Mhm.
thing is of bringing emotion into class, how important it is. Uh, you're not going to be self-censor, but yes, allow your students and allow this feeling, and that's why you can create good bonds, strong bonds. If not,
Definitely.
everything becomes very, I don't know, technical,
Well,
artificial, book-based.
well, Thornbury, but not Scott Thornbury. There's another one who said a teacher who can be replaced by technology should be.
Mhm.
Any teacher that can be replaced by technology should be. So if you can replace what I do by technology, okay, I'm not offering
Well,
any added
eh, eh,
value.
right. Well,
So
for
it's a good
example,
point.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Sorry, I entered late today and I wanted to know what was the purpose of today's session. We are
Yes,
finishing, but
I, I
well,
didn't know.
We
you
presented
started
it.
talking about Flipgrid, or what was the line?
No, no. We presented this as exactly this in the, I don't know if you have seen the post on Instagram, like trying to debate on what is going on in education and technology. So kind of
Okay.
this, to debate, to
Mm.
see what is happening, and well, try to see how we
I,
can make
I can
solutions
tell
in
you
our
something.
lessons. Yes, yes, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
When the basic they asked about if we could help with Padlet. So I
Yes.
remember we had seen that. Then I check and within my file of keys, I have the Padlet key. So I said, I'm happy I will be able to help. Got into it. And then I had like 4 Padlets on my account, which were empty. So that means that I never created anything. And it said to me, if you want to create an app, a Padlet, because I tried to experiment,
Mhm.
you have to upgrade. And I said, "No, I never use it, so I'm not going to upgrade something that I don't use." So that's funny. It has created accounts that I have never created. So
I don't know.
And you have not even one board.
no,
Ah,
no,
really,
they
that's
have created boards, not accounts. In my account, they have created boards, which I have not.
Well,
And
maybe you can eliminate them, or you
I
can use
try to
them.
see.
Okay, well,
Uh, well,
the tools that I pay for a lot of things, I like to, when I like
but
something,
you're
I
very
pay.
technological, Ceci, and you use them a lot.
No, but I don't
mm.
use Padlet, so that's why I shared it in the BC. I don't use it so much. I used it once. I
Mm.
had only one because you know what is happening to me? I just have, there are so many things out there. I say I want to marry a couple. I mean,
Oh,
I don't want
Yes.
to have a harem, un harem. I mean, that I
yeah.
just need one or two husbands, or three at the most. That's it. So I want to be married to a few. So I've
And
made my choice. Yes, my choice
what do you
is.
use instead of
Okay, my
Padlet?
favorites, Kahoot, Genially, those are the two I like. And then because I have a my Moodle, I use H5P, H5P.
Yes, that's good.
HTML5, you can download Lumi for free. So
Mhm.
Lumi to make things, if you have a platform, is fantastic. Well, Lumi, and it's incorporated in my Moodle, so I don't even have to be. But Genially, and for me, they are non-negotiable. And word works, many word works. But it's like there are so many, and I used to have lists and lists, and they are great.
No.
But it's like too much, like, with one tool already you can do millions of things. So
Exactly.
when I teach at the lenguas, I tell them, listen, explore. We're doing escapes. We're doing a lot of things with technology, and I tell them, choose one or two templates and exploit them. I mean, you're exploring Genially, continue with Genially for a couple of months at least. Don't just drop it and go to something else.
Yes, because it happens to me. I get lost. I try to use all of them, and then I know bits and pieces from each, and then
And then you
I don't use
forget.
one in detail.
Yeah.
And
No,
what
and they keep updating, and so when you go back, then everything's new, and you have to start over again. That happened to me with Canva. It has so many things that I
I
get
pay for
lost.
Canva.
Yes.
Yes, Canva. Kahoot I pay now, and I'm seeing the full version because I can have more students, and I like that. Kahoot. So I pay for Kahoot, I pay for Canva, I pay for Genially, the educational plan. I pay for ChatGPT. I'm in the red. Of course, I pay for
Yeah.
Because
everything.
of tools.
Yes.
Kahoot, do you use it for vocabulary, maybe? Mainly?
For revision, games, reviews for the program Spiderweb courseware,
Right.
and and I like the fact that they can play because you review and you learn with for revisions. It's fantastic. So
It's amazing.
if
Yeah.
somebody missed classes, missed lessons, it's great because they catch up so easily with games, and it's so good. And then I compete with students with their topic of interest. I tell them, okay, choose a topic, and I see how much I know. But we work on content, no? Because the idea is, and for example, I think I told you, I have a student who's a fly fishing, who's an expert in fly fishing, and I said, okay, you
Oh,
choose a fly fishing game because they are free, and I said, I will see how much I know, no? So he controls it. It was very nice. But well, I think
But he creates the game? Or
no. I made a pre-selection, but then I said, okay, look, I showed him what we could do, but he chose I said, explore this, look for fly fishing, and choose one. And I gave him the task of choosing fly fishing Kahoot, already made by somebody else. There are so many.
ah,
No, he just had to choose, and we played it. It was public.
but that
Exactly.
is because you have a paid version. If it's not
No,
paid, you cannot
no.
choose.
No. There are public Kahoots everywhere. And
Ah,
and because I always go for content, okay, once they know the structure of the language, we can go get into any authentic material. So I love that. The going past what we see in Spiderweb, because the purpose of Spiderweb is to make them realize the holistic view of the structures. And then we do anything, and they like, and whatever structures they find, I know that we have seen them before, so it's a nice way of showing them that what we've done before helps them for real communication, which is the purpose.
right.
And
For
they look
sure.
for topics, and they share the Kahoots, and it's a content challenge because I learn from them. Because when I teach him things about videos about fly fishing and all that, he learns language, I learn fly fishing.
Of
So
course.
why should I test
Yes.
you about language and not you test me about fly fishing? You know?
Right.
And
Yes.
it's so much fun. And I said, okay, explain why is this wrong? So it's changing perspectives, and it was really fun. I don't know.
Mm.
That's very good.
And Cynthia, do you have favorites like Cici?
Oh, yes. Kahoot used to be one of my favorites up to the moment I found a person who had a problem with focusing. She told me, I love this, but you know that for Kahoot you have to use the screen to see the instruction and the sentence, and your phone to choose the color of the options. Yes, according to the options you have on the screen, they have different colors, and you use this like a joystick from video games.
Mhm.
And she told me it gets difficult for me because when I move from the screen to the phone, I have a problem to focus. And this was so eye-opening for me
because I said, oh, okay, maybe she's not the only one. And I learned about this in different courses, that you have some sometimes problems in the eyes, that it's not that you cannot see or that you cannot see well, but it has to do with the functions of the eye. And sometimes the movement from one place to another, for some people, takes some milliseconds that we don't even realize, but they might feel it. And so it gets like uncomfortable. And so, well, there are a lot of other things for little kids when they are starting to read, and that's why reading on paper is so interesting too, because the eyes need to follow, in order that for some people it's difficult to go from one line to the other one. So this is so interesting, and that's why we need to go beyond technology. And I stopped using Kahoot a bit because of that, or I try to check if the student can do it. But it's amazing. I love it. I even some years ago delivered a training on Kahoot in one of the places where I was working. And I contacted the people from Kahoot, and they sent me stickers, posters to my home.
Whoa,
Yes,
how
and I was like
nice.
crazy.
Wow.
Check again. Now I will check. If not, Cynthia, because I think that now you can, from the computer, you can click the options.
Yes, now
No?
you can do that. Yes. Mhm.
Now,
Like you
that's
can
a
open a new
recent
tab.
change. Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yes,
But it's a
but it
good point. We have to be now, all the sites and everything has to do with dyslexic people, friendly.
exactly.
There's a site called
Mhm.
wave.com, wave, like that allows
Okay.
you to see um, how your site is reader friendly, user friendly.
Ah,
If your font is too small, the location of the different objects on the website. It tries to make it more amiable, in a way. So
Mhm.
it's okay. Sometimes, I mean, I say I don't have the budget and the time to spend on that. That should be for big companies, and we little ones should have some easy way out. And so
Mhm.
far, they are pressing little ones as much as big ones, and
Mm.
there's too much. It consumes too much time because I explored that. I can see this. Well, well, it's okay. It's not the point of this session, but
No,
there
but
are
it's
many
interesting.
So
to
you,
see if we can be more friendly with our interlocutors online.
Exactly.
so
Yes, and in my case, as I work online, everything needs to be considered. That is why technology is
Yes,
amazing. I love technology, and I need technology because that's the
yes,
basis for
yes,
me. But I don't forget that I have people with a lot of different needs on the other side, and well, catering for them is like the most essential thing. Not
yes.
technology, the most important. What I can do with it and how I can help people.
so
So
instead
Kahoot
of
is what?
Kahoots, you
Yes,
moved into what?
I have now Educa Play and learning apps. They are old ones, but they are so
Yes,
reliable
Educa
that
Play is as sold as the hills, but it's so versatile.
exactly.
It's so good. You can embed it on websites. It's fantastic.
Yes,
And it has a
exactly.
lot
I
of
use
different
WordWall a
options.
lot.
Word
I
Wall
Word
is
use
wall.
amazing.
WordWall a lot. I think
Mm.
it's fantastic.
That's one of
Mm.
my favorite for warm-ups and closing the lessons. So I
Yes,
Can
use
you
yes,
them
yes,
check
both.
yes.
Educa Play and learning apps? I don't know if I
Learning
will.
apps, yes. It's learning apps
I
all
don't know.
together.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's similar
I
to
will check.
Educa Play. You have a lot of different activities that you can create. You have matching activities, group sorting activities. I use those ones for communication, for communicative phrases, what kind of phrases they are. Then we have what
Oh,
else?
it looks
Okay,
nice.
then
Yes.
quizzes. You have yes, there are so
Uh,
many activities. I usually use kind of the same, but you have a
yeah.
lot of things with images, with pinning. That's another one. You can put an image, and to work vocabulary, you can pin the name of the objects that you can see on the image. So it appears to
Which one
visual
is that?
learning apps.
Ah, that is
Mhm.
learning apps. Hmm.
Exactly. It's free. I have created a big number of activities, and I have never had any problems. So
How
the
good.
reliability of the apps is also is something that I consider when I choose them. If this
Mm,
is working, okay, I will continue
of
working with
course.
it.
Yes, yes. And those are your
So
favorites, no? Learning apps, Educa
exactly.
Play, what?
And Bamboozle. Have you seen Bamboozle?
I've
Which one?
Yes,
seen
definitely.
Bamboozle,
I
and
love it.
yes,
I
Bamboo?
love
I
it.
played
I
because
don't
I'm
know.
a teacher, but I have never actually explored it myself. But I did play a game that she designed, and I loved it. But I need to. I mean, need to sell it to me more.
That is special for secondary school students because
Ah,
you can add power ups and
Yes,
they can get winning losing points. So they always expect
yes.
the other team
And you can
to lose
steal.
points.
Yes, yes.
Yes, exactly. So
exactly.
that thing is fantastic. They're
Uh-huh.
waiting for that. They're waiting for that to see when the other team loses.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It creates competition, that's right. And well, you
Yes.
can join for free, but I have never joined. I always search in Google.
Yes,
I put,
the
for example,
same.
present perfect bamboozle, and
Yes,
I
yes.
find things from there.
I do that.
Otherwise,
I do that.
yes, it's really fast and useful. You can see here the search box if you want to search some specific things. And then, well, for example, let's put this one, and this is what Isa was saying. You click the play button here, you choose this one for me, the
Yes.
play for free, yes, and you have how many teams you can choose. So when you choose the teams, according to your classes, they are going to have different kind of competitions for each team. So you see here team one, team two, and when they answer the questions, okay, if they are okay,
Can,
you can give them the points or
can,
they
can we
stay.
play? Can we play one? Can you choose one and we play?
Sorry,
Let's
these
see.
are all the ones that you have created.
No,
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 no.
no.
These are
They have
available.
been created already by other teachers,
I
But
and
but
you
I
can
we
don't
use them for
play?
understand.
free.
Can we play a short
But
one? Would you
sorry, but
agree, girls?
yes, yes.
Yes,
But
would be
one
Let's
very
question.
nice.
play.
This is about the topic that they have. This is topic oriented. What is it?
Yes,
Whatever
grammar
you
Or
like,
oriented,
because you
topic oriented.
see,
I don't
yes,
know.
because there you have sleep idioms, or you can have present perfect versus simple past.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are a lot of things.
This
Sorry,
is
lady, I
public,
have to
I
right?
leave. I have to
Oh,
leave,
okay.
but
No,
yes.
Isabel,
No,
no. We need
I
to.
cannot play.
No.
Okay, no
oh,
But
problem.
I
Well,
have to
thanks
leave
for
because I
being
have to
here.
get ready for a class.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay,
Okay.
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 See you
Well,
next time.
So
Nice seeing
just
see
to
you.
you next
show you,
time. Bye.
thank you,
Then
bye
you tell
Sassy.
me how
bye.
it
Have a
goes.
nice weekend. Bye.
The same to
Okay.
you. Bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
So here we have two teams. Alice, what number would you like to choose?
I choose three.
Okay, let's go to number three. So you have to complete the expression in this case with the verb that you have in brackets. Okay.
They drink
So,
tea every day in the morning.
so when the student gives
And
the answer,
I have to write it or I have
it's not
to say it.
just say it. Mhm.
Here.
In this one, we
They
cannot
drink.
write. You can mark this, but you cannot write.
Okay.
When the student gives
I
the
don't-
answer, you can check and see and compare. Sometimes if there are different answers, some of them say here students answer because maybe there are different options. If the question is correct, so the answer is correct, you click OK, and you will see that the points are here up here. Okay.
Okay.
And then
All
if
right.
the other team says a number,
Number 8.
okay, let's first say here again. So here you have to complete the same. So here we can practice pronunciation of the
Ah,
endings.
wow, that's
Okay,
nice. Watches TV every day. I got
exactly.
it. Did I get
So
it right, Miss?
yeah, let's
And
see.
if
I
you
don't
have
know.
just,
Um,
do you play this with individual lessons? Yes, because it's just
I
one
do
team.
because you can put no teams
Hmm.
instead of choosing two teams. You can choose no teams, and I do it with my individual students. They love
Or
Ah,
it
one
because
team. Or one
for one
team.
team
It says
with
one.
two, maybe there are two students, it's one team and they work
Ah,
collaboratively to decide. They get into a discussion to say this one, yes, but not the other one
uh,
because. So this
right.
gets really interesting. So I like this one. Sometimes when you talk to adult students about playing, they say, no, I don't want to play. But then you give these kind of things without mentioning games or playing or things, and they get so engaged. And it works a lot as repetition, because sometimes my students don't have time. Hardly ever do they do homework. So I always start the lesson with something to review what we have done. And these tools are amazing. They get engaged, they take their notes to check, they practice. So it's a good way to start lessons or to finish lessons and do their reflection.
That's nice. Very nice.
Mhm.
All right. And which are your favorite apps, Mary?
I don't use many, but I use WordWall, maybe live worksheets, but mostly WordWall, and 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 I wouldn't. I don't know if it's an app. This is not an app, but I use Classrooms, which is not an app. How would you call that?
It's
It's
an
a
It's a
learning management system.
it's a,
Well,
okay.
it's
yes.
Furniture
a
manager.
learning environment.
Okay.
LMS.
LMS. Just knows which more I use. I use a lot of material, mostly reading material, listening, and sometimes I use some of the things that we see in this wellness group, which now I don't remember. Because I have to check. I have a poor memory, so I have to I have it organized. So you tell me like this, and I told you one. Okay. Sometimes I use Brisk, for example.
What is that?
Um, this one, Brisk, is for when you have a text and you want to transform it into, um, don't remember, but it's like, because I don't use much, really. What happens to me is that when I prepare something, I use it maybe once because my classes are not the same. They are all different. So it takes a lot of time using, for example, I use Kahoot, but then I prepare it, design it, and use it for one or two classes. That's it. So that is what happens to me. That's why I like WordWall, that I need and I move and find something interesting. I use the one that you taught me how to drag and drop vocabulary activities. Let's see.
Which
I
one?
created.
You created apps, because we were in one of our sessions. We did a
But I don't remember
coding.
what was
No,
it
it
that?
was. It's not an app. It's coding with AI.
It's coding with
Ah,
So
AI. Yes, I use
yes,
that.
yes. Good,
Yes,
good.
but then I again I design it. I was enthusiastic about design a lot, and then I couldn't use much because the kind of my students want to talk and discuss and debate. So we see a video part of it that
Right.
sometimes I send them to view before, but most of the times they don't. So we see, and it's maybe 5 minutes long, but just with 1 minute, there is so much discussion and so
oh
many
yes.
things cropping up. That is
Yeah.
what really happens to me.
Yes, of course.
So.
I have fallen for lately. Well, the last during the pandemic, also a friend recommended, and I because I don't want to design. I mean, I think we have to create. We create. We do design things, but we have to design. I mean, if the wheel has already been invented, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to use what other has created. And I like Cool English site. Cool English is a very nice site with lots of free activities and then also paid activities. I paid the subscription again, another source of erogación monetaria. Cool English. Cool
Mhm.
English gives you PowerPoint. They started long ago during the pandemic with PowerPoints. Can you believe it's so simple? Many people say, no, I just know, I don't know, I only use PowerPoint. But it's okay if it works. Now, they created very good PowerPoints and they created with audio, with videos, and they know how to manage. Well, I manage PowerPoint really well too. And if I had done that, it would have taken me a lot of time. I could do it, but I don't need to do it. That's the good, because they have already created lots of activities. Just let me show you. Cool English. So if you need an activity, a PowerPoint for this is Wave, no, the one I was trying to see if I find the how it looks, because, well, don't worry. This is the site Wave, and but because I lost many of my tabs, there was a tab that gave me in different colors: red, green, yellow, traffic lights, no, yellow, green, red, the different points in my website that are not good and the ones that are good and whatever. Well, this was Wave. Y acá lo quise recuperar y no pude. But well. Cool English. Look at this. Coolenglish.net. $4 or $5. Plans, Cool English, very simple. Classroom, but it's PowerPoints. PowerPoint. Some are free. You see, they are things we could create. Of course, they are maybe not top. The look and feel is PowerPoint, but they managed to create, and they created this website now. They have advanced. So you have PowerPoints with all these topics. Bueno,
Do they work online or you need to download them?
I have to log in because it's private. I want to show you a free one.
Okay.
Look at all this. No, you work online.
The thing is that, for example, in my classes, there is when I have upper intermediates or intermediates through advanced, I don't work on grammar. I correct them. I can do sometimes some activity, but
Okay, free activity. Look at this. There are lots of activities for grammar skills, for vocabulary, for.
okay.
In fact, as you know, I don't like
Fun foods.
traditional grammar so much,
Yes,
but
fun foods. Let's see.
but this is nice. So let's go to fun foods. Choose a topic. You see, it's a PowerPoint. You see how good?
Yeah.
Okay. Ice cream is better than cake. Agree or disagree? So it's for different levels, different age groups. Do you agree that ice cream is better than cake, or you think that cake? A ver, bueno, vamos a poner. Bueno,
And you
I
have
don't know
seconds
how
to
this
speak.
works. Bueno, I don't know how this activity works, no? I would have to explore it. I just click on anything.
No,
Cook,
maybe you
kitchen,
agree or disagree and then
sometimes.
start explaining why you choose
I
your option.
disagree with, and they give you 1 minute, and there is a countdown so that you can speak depending on the topic.
Yeah.
And start the timer. Well, we should read the instructions. No, we go to home. Choose a topic, defend your take in 60 seconds. Ahí
There it
está.
is.
So you see this,
I
you
like
do the
that.
timer, you speak. So there are many activities, and they're for all tastes. You have grammar, vocabulary,
Yes.
speaking, listening, videos, real movies.
Animals. Let's see what it says about animals.
What do you want?
Choose a topic, pick a side, defend your opinion. Dogs. Let's see.
Okay.
You can also use it
Dogs.
for,
Dogs.
international exams when they have to
I
describe
agree.
pictures and all that.
Yes, I agree. Okay, why? Mary, come on.
I agree because dogs are adorable. They are the best companions, and they are
Okay,
they are sweet and
yeah. So you can give
and-
this to your students before so that they
right.
prepare, or without telling them, you say, give me
No, it's on the
there are these
spot.
topics, right? But maybe they can prepare for
The-
scaffolding activities. We put the grammar in. Well, I will ask them to fill in whatever, and so they can prepare something without knowing what they are going to get. No,
This is
Right.
great.
maybe. So really, there are so many. It's a nice site.
Does it say if it's you have to click and then when you click it says if it's free or not, or do you have like
No, you see,
a
yes,
screen that
Free
shows
activity
all
premium. Free
uh-huh,
premium.
when you go back at the
I
beginning
like this one.
or home fun
Home.
fun?
No, home. Where is home?
No,
A ver,
it's
cool
okay.
English.
You put fun,
Here,
for example, teach better
cool
classes
English.
today,
Cool
and then to
English.
see view files. Try
activities, what's new, weekly blog, explore activities, test and take. There are so many. You know, if I was ever thinking about creating a PowerPoint, I said no. I pay $4 per month and I get whatever. If a student is weak on some grammar point, I go there. If I need reading,
But-
speaking, videos, look at this, speaking. A
But
million
does it
things.
say? Yes, but what I want to say, where does it say if it is premium is paid? The red one is free.
Green. So this is job interview preparation. Level 1, 2, 3, learn the tips, blah, blah, blah. So they are lessons prepared for it's what we would prepare for our students,
Yes.
you know?
Exactly.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
okay, and you notice that they use exploit all the features of PowerPoint. And listen and you have the instructions there. Listen to or read the questions, answer them, and check out the sample answer. Okay. Can you tell me about yourself? Show sample answer. Best? Yeah.
Can you tell me about yourself?
My name is Maria. I am 22 years old. I'm from Brazil. I like working with people.
What job are you applying for?
So we can ask them to respond to this. What job are you applying for? If you know, we have the extra scaffolding here. What job are you applying for?
I want to work as a cashier in a supermarket.
Where does she want to work?
Mhm.
What is so well? It's you go
Okay.
home. Level 3.
I like this one. This is good.
Yes, it's just that I was trying to get them into my website, but
Let's see. Show question. Let's see how difficult it is.
Can you walk me through your resume?
Certainly. I have 5 years marketing experience. I went from assistant up to team leader. In my last role, I managed a team of 5.
you see, that's good.
Mm.
Describe as usual work at my last job.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
so
Good.
well that's what I like. I uploaded them to my campus because I wanted some activities for my students to practice, you know, before. But they were premium activities, and I don't know if I have to continue paying eternally for my students to get there or once. I don't know. So
Mm.
if they are free activities, I know they will
But
be able to access for your
right.
classroom, Mary, for example, your Google Classroom. If they are free activities, you can copy the link and they can get here, fine. But if they are premium, I don't know. I have to go back and check.
But
Well,
what
that was
happens to my students is that they might say yes, 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 but they don't do that. They they have their class. They come to class regularly and they do, but after the extra things they
Exactly.
don't do. This is the sort of students I have.
no,
I
no.
don't
We
know.
all have all
Not
kinds
it's
of
not,
students. It's very difficult to get them move there, but to do something
but
at
it's in
home.
your different in your case, Ceci, because you have this platform, so they have to engage in
No, not
doing
always.
some
I have different
activity.
programs, but I have different
Mm.
programs. If they are enrolling in an intensive cross-level program, they know they have 4 months to cover 4 years of work, and they take advantage of that, and they understand that the nature of the program is different than regular classes. When I have regular classes, I sometimes have a classroom and sometimes not because I work with Zoom, and they don't do homework. I give them things or whatever, but it's different. Not
Mm.
not all
Right.
lessons are not all programs are the same.
Right.
When
Mm.
they join an intensive cross-level synchronous and asynchronous program, they know what they are buying. You know, you make
Mhm.
a big effort for a little time, and they understand the rules of the game. And if they join, it's because they can do it. If not, I tell them not, go do the regular one. I'll see you every week. Maybe you do homework one day, maybe you don't, but we will continue, right? I think that having a classroom as support of regular courses, yearly courses, is good because sometimes you want to have one place like your Google Classroom to upload materials because you don't want to send
Mhm.
everything by mail or this or that. But
Mm.
really, I have 2 types of programs:
Mm.
intensive
Interesting.
cross-level and regular.
Mm.
So
Yes.
this cool English is nice for anything
Yes,
you
I
Yes,
want.
should
I
try
took
it.
notes.
Yes.
I will
Yes,
try.
yes,
I will
explore
see.
it, girls, because and there are
Yes.
many free activities. It's going to save you time.
Mm,
Okay, so
that's good.
so it's excellent. I'm
Yes.
going to try it because it is what my students might do. Maybe bring something on the spot and try to solve it, try to speak about it. So, and then see what
Yes,
happens with that one. That's
yes,
interesting. Okay. So
yes.
next meeting, Belen is not here and I don't remember exactly the webinar date, but well, if there is any webinar on June the 13th, we are going to let you know to see when we can have our meeting before the webinar or another Saturday.
What
Okay.
time is the webinar?
I prefer before. I don't know, maybe we
All
can
right.
vote because I have saved this Saturday for this event and I have put some other events on other Saturdays. So if it's a little before or later, if not, I can
Yeah,
What time
cancel.
is the event?
I think they are at 10, but there was
At 10.
some
So
change in schedule. Belen was saying last meeting, and I don't remember exactly what the time is. So we will let
it
you
could
know.
be 8:30 to 10 or 11 to 12:30,
Exactly.
something
We are
like
going
that.
to see
Mm,
if there
Okay,
isn't any
okay,
other SIG meeting too. So we are going
okay.
to write
Okay,
on the chat. And well,
right.
any specific topic that you would like to deal with or anything you would like to have for our next meetings?
Oh, that it would be nice to think about that and vote, no? We have to vote, no?
Exactly. We
Cynthia,
have to.
again,
Yes.
because then we end up talking about the emergent things, no?
Exactly.
What emerges, which is
mhm.
good, which is good.
Yes.
But I don't know
For
what
example,
focus we have this year.
Exactly. We haven't gone into anything yet. So I will write. Now when we finish the meeting, I'm going to send a message.
but you said at the beginning, I
Yes,
think
but
that
there
you
was
put
no answer for
no.
that. So
I thought that they were good. Let me go over. Do you
Ah,
have them at
yes,
hand? Do you want to
um,
have them at
yes,
hand,
please. Yes, please.
Cynthia? Because I thought that they were interesting, and I took for granted that this is what we were going to discuss.
yes, there are so
Um,
many things. Of course, we would like to include them. The idea is to get organized and
Acá,
maybe produce
I
something.
found it.
Ah,
You
you let us
put
know, please.
cómo aplicar la IA con criterio pedagógico para tener un enfoque claro y no
Exactly.
sobrecargarnos. Estrategias para utilizar los recursos tecnológicos para optimizar el tiempo de planificación. ¿Por dónde empezar para la especialización de IA para profes de idiomas? Crear materiales y automatización de correcciones. Implementación de autores de IA.
Ajá.
Integración de la IA en la gamificación.
Okay.
Automatización.
Can
So
you
you
share
have
that
some.
in the? It's all very interesting. Can you share it in
I,
the chat, Sin?
Mhm. I'm
If
trying
you
to find the
could,
message.
so we can.
I,
Ah, yes, you put it
I
in the
will,
chat already.
yes, I will resend it,
Thank
right?
you,
If I
please,
can.
Alice.
Please, I missed that. It's okay. Nice. Yeah, they are all very interesting.
Uy,
Exactly.
lo perdí. I lost it. Ah,
Ah,
mm,
okay, let me
bueno,
find
I
it.
will find it again.
No problem, no problem.
I think that AI for automation system, I'm getting into that, no? Systems, automations. Um, uh, and I'm
Okay.
particularly interested in exploring AI for personalized learning paths, no?
Mm, that's
That would
interesting.
be really interesting also.
Here, there's another one by Cynthia again. This is a long
Yeah.
list of topics we created at the beginning of the year. AI as a teacher support assistant,
Uh-huh.
assessment tools, recommended AI tools for teachers, reading and listening comprehension. I like this. Vocabulary practice, multimedia for content for different levels, digital wellness,
Mm.
tech life balance. Bueno, this
Can you
life
send it,
balance we
Alice?
have
Because
talked
we
over.
cannot get it
See,
to
I
type
try
about
to, let's see if I don't lose it again. There.
it. Thank
And
you.
I will put it again to the basic group, to the
Okay.
tech.
And we would have to decide if we're going to have some kind of EdTech get together towards the end of the year, something like that, or a webinar or something to invite people to join a PIVA, no?
Have
Thank
you
you.
received it?
Yes, here it is. Yes,
Yes.
that's a good idea, and it's a way to like to bring down to our practices everything we discuss, and to have something like kind of a product on what we have been discussing. So it's not, discussion is important, reflection is important, of course. And I love that because
I like
a lot of things start coming to my mind. But having
Love it.
something based on that is, of course, much better.
for me. I love this reading and listening comprehension vocabulary practice because that is what you, Ceci, told me about this drag and drop activity, because this is mainly what I do, right?
Yes.
Reading, listening, and vocabulary acquisition. I use that as input.
Yes.
And
Oh, explore Cool English. You're gonna love the different options. You have videos that have already been for example, for introductions, personal presentations. I'm so and so, and they are authentic. It's so difficult for beginners to understand those people because they are, I know, people from those reality shows in the US that were stranded on an island or whatever, and they talk about their profession, who they are, their age, and they are already segments already made. It's so neat, you know.
And where's
So
that? In Cool
in Cool
English?
English, go to
Wow.
videos, go to look for free options, and if you like the proposal, then I think we have to pay. No,
But one thing,
but wait,
AI. Sorry, Cool English is not AI.
it's not AI, but they are including now. It's not AI because they have already got so much corpus of material that they have made themselves. You know, like our lessons. We have a lot of PowerPoints, but
Yes,
we haven't
you're
done
right.
this.
Yes.
And it's a way of saving time. We need to save
a
time,
lot.
and they are well thought of, and they give you all the timers and the answers and the the audios, you know. And now they are including AI in pictures, in storytelling, or whatever. So in the
Okay.
latest PowerPoints, they have that. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
a
so
pleasure as usual.
yes, I've got so many
Okay.
things now. Okay, so
Yeah.
keep the discussion on the chat, okay, and see what we have for next, right?
Okay.
Thanks a
Okay.
lot
Well,
for staying to
Perfect.
the end. Have a
thank
nice
you. Bye
weekend.
bye. Have a lovely
Thank you.
weekend.
Ceci,
See you then.
don't cut. I wanted to ask you something. It's
Okay.
about the Italian course.